Throughout middle school and high school, students are exposed to various art and music programs in an attempt to teach them to think creatively and learn to express themselves. Not only does learning different forms of art help people develop mentally, it provides an environment where kids can use their imagination and learn. We took a look at Hawthorne, New Jersey's art and music programs through Lincoln Middle School and Hawthorne High School to better understand why creative education is important and what it means to the students and the community as a whole. Through their art classes, music programs, and extracurriculars such as theater or marching band, students have opportunities to get involved in the arts. At LMS, 6th and 7th graders take art classes and work on several projects throughout the year. However, the 8th grade students do not have the option to take art class, meaning any students who want to continue their art education have to wait until high school.
My name is Melissa Lacagio. I teach 6th and 7th grade art here at Lincoln Middle School and 8th grade art club. As I say to my students, everything is art. Everything you wear is art. The phones that you use is made by a designer. The events that you attend are usually developed by some kind of a designer. The technology that you use is developed by an industrial designer. So all things are a form of art. They're all important. I appreciate that I do have the same set of kids for an entire marking period. So I see them every single day, which is nice versus how gym works where they only see them like twice a week, which would be terrible. But I do feel really bad for 8th grade because they don't get art at all unless they decide to come down during their lunch period. So I would like something to be manipulated in the schedule so 8th grade could get art. I have no problem with STEM. I understand that there's a benefit to adding art to an area that is more science and math based, especially for people who are more science and math driven. That was never the case for me. I was always very poor in math and science, and I only was ever felt like I was good at art. And so especially for a lot of these kids who struggle in the academics, the fine arts and the media arts are really beneficial. Sometimes STEM can really harp on the science and math and engineering aspect of it, which hinders the creative level. So I think it's really important when teaching divergent thinking and creative ability to keep the fine arts going.
Some of the 7th grade art students shared their opinions of middle school art class, their favorite parts of the class, and their plans to continue taking art in the future.
I have art class every single day, but even when I didn't have it, I used to come after school to help her out to clean and do art with her.
My favorite thing is painting.
The mandala project.
The teacher, because she's very nice and she's like fun to hang out with.
The teacher and all the paintings you get to do.
Painting.
I learned how to fade colors. I learned how to add shade to colors and a shadow.
I learned how to create a mandala.
I learned a lot. We don't just learn art. We learn how to be better people. That's what Miss L teaches us. So I learned that, and also textures and shades.
Sometimes I'll be in my house when I'm bored and I'll draw things that Miss L makes us draw here.
I mostly sketch a lot.
I do art in class, at home, everywhere I go.
Yeah, I love art so much and I wish to take more of it.
Yes, I'd love to take art at high school.
Once kids advance to freshman year, they have more opportunities to take a variety of art classes that focus on skills such as painting or drawing to digital art, photography, and Photoshop.
In terms of the art programs, here at Hawthorne High School, we offer a variety of art classes. I teach intermediate art and advanced drawing, and the highest level of the painting and drawing class, and that's Studio Art Honors. Ms. Ambrosio is teaching the 3D art class, and also Intro to Art. And then Mr. DiLeonardo is teaching the Media Arts program, which we put together many years ago because there is such a need for graphic design, Photoshop knowledge, and the design area. I think art is so important in school because it helps you with, whether you're artistic or not, it helps a kid with problem solving, with collaboration skills, time management skills, because we do projects that are a month-long period, so it kind of helps you be able to plan. I also think that it develops creative intelligence, so it helps you, whether you're going into the art or any kind of workforce, to be creative and work with others. So I think it's a vital part of the education process. Things that the students are involved in the art world in the school is the art show. Also, we have rotating exhibits that happen right by the new cafeteria to my left. Almost every year in my career, I have done a mural in the senior hallway, and that showcases the senior artists. So the senior artists are currently finishing up on the 2022 mural, and that will conclude the senior hallway. So 20 years ago, I started it outside my door, and now the hallway will be finished with the final mural. So that's an exciting thing that they get to be part of, and they leave their mark on the school, so it's pretty cool. I've seen a decrease, I would say, in the people taking art and the interest in art, probably because in 8th grade, they took away art now. So in middle school, you have art in 6th and 7th grade, but then you don't have art in 8th grade, and I think they go to STEM or something like that. We've seen it in the intro level, so when they get to intro, they really don't remember a lot of stuff that they learned. And think about it, if you're a sophomore in intro, you haven't taken art since 6th grade. Like, that's a big gap and a learning gap for us. So we have to pick up the pieces and kind of like reintroduce things to them. And that also, I think, is bad for us in the sense that if a kid really likes art, then you're kind of not giving them the opportunity to focus on that, pursue it, get better, and such. So I would say a decrease. I would say get back more art to the lower level, the middle school, because then it'll grow the program up here. Because for us, I would think to develop it more, we need an AP course, which we've been in the talks for. So the AP 2D design class is a really cool course to kind of grow our program, and just more art classes. Believe it or not, a lot of our graduates go into the arts. Mostly graphic design and architecture are our popular majors. So we do have kids that are pursuing this post high school. And we keep in touch with them. We have an art alumni network that I've started, and it's pretty cool to see what everybody's doing. We have filmmakers, architects, graphic designers, artists, art teachers. So I think whatever we can do on our level to grow that interest for college is great. And then the middle school definitely has to bring back art to like let those kids kind of pursue that outlet. It's like anything. If you want to go to STEM, then you start liking that in middle school level, and then it grows your interest. Like, I liked art in middle school. I went to LMS, and my teacher was great, and I started being confident in that and taking classes outside of school. It's like a sport as well. You do that. So it's like anything, and you grow and you nurture it, and all of a sudden you're like a senior in high school, and you're like, I want to do this forever. So it's always good to support them in the lower levels so that it helps us out in the high school and we develop their talent.
I feel that art is not only just an escape, which it is stereotypically seen as, but it's also a way of like channeling emotions and feelings, and it's definitely a break from core classes, but I also think it is a funnel in which you can channel all of your energy from core classes into. Like, for example, people who are into science can draw things related to that. I think that the art program is necessary for self-expression, but it is also necessary as a means of togetherness and as a tool for like hope and love between classmates and stuff. I think that the art program, for not just me but for everybody, is kind of served as a way to connect people and as a way to feel open. Even for non-art program like sponsored events like hallway decorating, it's where everybody's creating together, and I think the concept of creation goes hand in hand with things like love and friendship and companionship.
Now for a short commercial break.
Bienvenidos al Casa de Quedarse in Ecuador. Here we provide you a home to stay once you live in here in Guayaquil, Ecuador, a nice and quiet town to live peacefully and enjoy the nature and wildlife. You can walk around with all animals that live around the resident area, like including chickens, pigs, which will be nothing to worry about, as neither you nor the animals will be harmed during your stay here, as we also have farmers to help you take care of the animals, as well as relax in some comforting hammocks. Let's make our way inside to see how your humble home will look. We provide you, of course, with every household, such as the living room with its phone, TV, and TV provided service for your entertainment. of course, around the neighborhood. We can also provide you to have your laundry and clothes clean all the time with your full provided service. As well, enjoy the nature of our unique bathrooms here. While not perfect as in other states, this bathroom is the best that we can offer here for your stay. Enjoy the meal and feel free to cook, and of course in the provided kitchen where food shall already be installed for your serving, as well as the rooms that are nice and comfortable to clean. And also you have nothing to worry about the insects in the night, as in the humble bed we also provide you a net to keep you tucked in the night, so that way no mosquitoes or bugs will bother you. We also provide you some alcohol and bug spray, so that way to keep the critters away. Come and make loving memories here and enjoy your stay. So book your next vacation here in Ecuador and feel free to live out your freely life.
Art does not exist solely in the format of paintings or photographs, however. Music is an art form too. Middle school students from 6th to 8th grade choose between taking a general music, chorus, or band class and attend class once a week.
I'm Mr. Prezioso, one of the 3 music teachers at LMS. I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade chorus, and I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade general music. All of those classes meet just once a week, and in 6th grade, 7th, and 8th chorus, we learn singing techniques, we learn reading music, and we put on 2 performances. We do a spring concert and then one during the holiday season in the winter. For the general music, those students learn everything from classical music all the way to pop music and a little bit of world music as well. And then just last year I wrote a proposal to the Board of Ed to get some keyboards. So each kid has their own keyboard at their desk, and now they're learning a little bit of piano and sound recording technology as well. Okay, well, there's a lot of reasons why learning music is important. First of all, did you know that learning written notation improves your memory and hand-eye coordination? There's studies that even show that learning and mastering a musical instrument can slow the process of Alzheimer's and dementia. If you're part of the LMS choir here, you learn to be part of a team, and you're learning to work together in the creative process. It's my belief that music's a big part of a well-rounded education, and there's also a lot of career opportunities in music, whether it's a performer, a sound engineer, writing commercial jingles, or teaching. They're all pretty cool careers for anyone who enjoys being creative. Are definitely that, the contact time each week. A lot of middle schools and bands and choirs, they get to meet every day or every other day. Unfortunately, here at LMS, the way the schedule works is we only meet once a week. So this makes it really difficult to dive deeper into the various aspects of music we're playing, or even teach concepts that are outside the realm of just the concert songs we're working on. So that's the biggest, I think, difficulty here. And yeah, I would be totally in support of more opportunities, especially at the high school, for music education. I, for one, am a huge sports fan, and I believe music and athletics or even STEM programs can coexist. With STEM nowadays, they're doing STEAM programs where they add the A in, and that includes the arts. If you go to a Hawthorne High School football game, I'm sure you could see the marching band come out and play at halftime, or you probably hear them playing as a pep band in the audience. So if the town is willing to support the arts, there's many ways it can be displayed. To showcase the middle school's music program, as I said, we have the 2 concerts throughout the year, which the public can come to. We also put on a musical show each year, which is a really fun process, and it allows students who might not be in band or chorus to showcase their abilities. This year we're doing Willy Wonka, and in the past we've done Annie, The Little Mermaid. And as I said earlier, I wrote the proposal to the Board of Ed where each kid gets a set of MIDI keyboards, so it's new and exciting for the middle school program. Some projects we've done are writing commercial jingles for a Hawthorne restaurant. We've created music for video games and poems and rap songs about the elements of the periodic table, so that infuses science a little bit with music. But yeah, each year I'm constantly thinking of new ideas to add to the electronic music program and the music curriculum in general. The people of Hawthorne, support your music program. We really feed off one another, whether you're watching them in the stands or you're going to see the play. Okay, it really does mean a lot to the kids when you come out and see them. And even if you don't have kids left in the district, all right, filling those stands and filling the seats really, it means a lot to the kids and the teachers of this town. So, and thank you for your support so far.
I love music class because I've always loved singing, and that's always been something that I've always loved, and I've always loved musicals and things like that, so I've always loved music growing up.
I like it because it's like better than just learning about like the history of music. It's more about like expressing yourself, I guess.
I like being able to like have the other people singing with me, and like just like the sound and how it all like sounds together.
We have music Wednesdays, 7th period for me, and I really wish we could have music more often.
I attend them like every week, and then if I could do them after school, I do drama.
I'm in the drama club here, but then like I'm also a dancer and like participate in theater and like other places.
At the high school, students have more opportunities to participate in music. Some of the classes available include chorus, music theory, band, and extracurricular activities such as jazz band, marching band, and the chamber chorus.
All right. What is your name and what do you teach?
My name is Mr. Alan Dallies. I teach the choirs here at Hawthorne High School, and I also direct the jazz band as well as a music theory class here.
Why is it important that we teach music, and how does it affect our daily lives?
I personally believe that it's very important to teach music to all of our students here because it's a very humanistic thing that we do. It's the essence of who we are as people. Music is within us. It's something that's been passed down from generation to generation. And so for us to be able to understand it, to be able to perform it, to create and experience music as musicians is something that changes who you are as a being. And I think that's why it's very important that everybody is able to experience it. I don't expect my students to go out to be music educators or performers at the end of the day when they leave my program, but I do expect them to have a better understanding and appreciation for the art form.
Tell us about the program/classes that you teach.
Well, the program itself is relatively new. Before I came here, this is my first year here in Hawthorne. Before I came here, I believe the program was about 4 years old. Then COVID, of course, the way that COVID does, ruined everything, and now we're back to smaller numbers. And so unfortunately, the program's not quite as strong as it used to be, but hopefully in the coming years it becomes stronger. The choirs here, there's 2 choirs. There's the concert choir, which is the curricular choir, and the chamber chorus, which is the extracurricular ensemble that students sign up to do after school. In addition to that, I also teach jazz band. Jazz band is, playing music that's a little bit different than what we do in concert bands. So that's going to be instrumentalists, the saxophone, trombone people. If you play drum set, that's where you're going to be playing that. And we play more like pop stuff and jazz standards there. And then I also teach music theory, which is just learning the fundamentals of music and notation and stuff like that. So that's what I do here.
How do you keep the interest of incoming students in the program, and how do you recruit new members?
Well, I think it's important to give students opportunities to explore who they are as people, and also give them, opportunities to experience the world around them. And I like to do that. Like, for example, I'm taking my kids to the Teen Arts Festival this Friday, actually, to get the chance to hear other groups and to get the chance to perform more. And I think having that kind of adrenaline rush when you perform is what keeps people coming back. I think it's also important that we create a welcoming environment for the kids to really, be who they are and have the safe space to do that. And additionally, having people talk about the program, having kids go through the program, the word travels around. And so I think, when word gets back to the middle school area, those middle schoolers are going to want to be a part of something like this, be a part of the family that we're trying to build up here.
Over your years of teaching, have you noticed an increase or decrease of the number of students, and if so, why do you think that?
I think there's definitely been a decrease, at least here, and in part that's because there are too many things for kids to do, especially in a large metropolitan area like this, or in a town like this where sports is kind of the main focus here. You lose sight of the things that make a person a whole rounded person. And with those things taking up a lot of the time that you would participate in other things, it's harder to get everybody to be involved. And so there's definitely been a decrease in numbers. In addition to that, COVID, of course, has slaughtered and burned any kind of program that was being built over these last 2.5 years. So I think there's definitely been a decrease, and I'm sad to see it. But hopefully in the next few years, we can encourage people to stick to, how to. I like to think that music classes being like how to be a person classes. You don't only learn how to perform the music you're learning, but you also learn valuable life lessons in those performance art classes that you don't really necessarily get anywhere else. So hopefully we'll start to see increases as we go forward.
Hi, I'm Mr. Williams, and I'm the music director here at the high school.
Why did you start teaching music?
So when I was in school, I was really good at music in high school, and I went to college, and music just seemed like a natural progression for me. And to be honest, I wasn't 100% sure I wanted to do music. I was actually thinking about doing an engineering course, and then I realized that the day I was going to go change my major, that music needs to be more than just a hobby in my life, and I haven't looked back since then. I've been really happy with that choice.
How do you get new recruits for marching band?
We do a lot of things, mostly just trying to build connections with the middle school. So we have the middle school students come to a football game with us during the fall season, and then we have them come up to a rehearsal with us in February. So we just try to build as many connections with the middle school as possible.
How do you keep the new members of the band interested?
They're pretty passionate about music, so they really want to be here, and we try to do some fun music. We try to plan fun activities and go on fun trips. So they're pretty passionate about what they do, and we just kind of feed off of each other with that and try to have fun.
Have you seen an increase or decrease in the participation in your program?
Over the last couple years, participation has definitely gone down a bit, and unfortunately we're not unique to that. It's happened across the board with COVID. But I'm pretty optimistic about a couple of the middle school classes that are coming up right now. So while we are down, I think we're about to turn around.
What have you done, or what can we as a community do to keep students interested and involved in the arts and music programs?
This year's actually been pretty good for us. We got a new program off the ground where the high school students are working with the middle school students after school. And there's a lot of engagement there, so that's really good. And I think our 7th grade class coming up is going to be really big. But I think it's just generally important to support the arts. There's a huge push right now for STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and manufacturing.
I think it's music.
No, it's not music.
No.
Because they're starting to push STEAM with the A in there, which is the arts. So not just music, but even the visual arts.
I think it is manufacturing.
I think that just supporting the arts is really essential because it's an important part of our culture and who we are.
Some of the kids who are involved in the Bears Music Academy had some things to add.
I like playing songs as a group.
I do enjoy our music class because I get to play pieces that I really enjoy, and it lets my creativity flow, and I get to enjoy it also with my friends because I have a lot of people that are also in band class with me.
Now for one more commercial break.
Come on, what are you doing? Let's go. We gotta finish. We just ran a mile, bro. Come on, we gotta finish. We have 2 more. I can't. Man, all that vaping's got to you, man. Come on. I can't.
Don't vape.
You are wearing your seatbelt, right, son? Yeah, of course, Dad. Good job. We all know how important they really are to our safety. Whoa! Oh no. No.
Now you'll be ugly forever, just because you wouldn't wear your seatbelt. 47% of car accident casualties were not wearing seatbelts. In a one-year span, seatbelts saved an estimated 14,955 lives and could have saved up to 2,549 more. Buckle up, America.
Another art form that has become an important form of self-expression for many students is theater.
Hi, my name is Kristen Balsam. I am the drama club director here at Lincoln Middle School, and I'm also the music teacher at Jefferson and Washington Elementary Schools. And I come over to LMS after school to do the drama club, and I've been doing that this is my 4th year now. Unfortunately, with COVID, we were only able to have 1.5 performances. So we had Annie a couple years ago, and we were all ready to do The Little Mermaid a couple years ago, and then COVID happened, and that didn't happen. But this year we're doing Willy Wonka Jr. We have a cast of about 30 kids and about 6 stage crew kids, and we meet twice a week. For the past 4 months or so, we've been meeting since January. I think it's super important that we have theater in schools because for so many of our students, that is their creative outlet, it is their passion, it is the thing that they absolutely love to do. I think that all of the programs we have in Hawthorne are amazing. All of our athletics, our academics, everything is so great, but that is not for everyone. Academics are for everyone, but you might not have every student connect to a sport maybe or other clubs, and the arts are a place for those kids. The arts are always accepting. The arts are really like the heart of the school district, in my opinion. Obviously I'm biased, but I feel like music and art and theater are so important and really teach students about it's so many things, but so many social skills, so many personal experiences that they gain, and just really like teaching about humanity and heart and all of those wonderful experiences through theater and drama. Someone who teaches from the elementary level and up through the middle school is that I'm always thinking about ways to keep our students connected. So what I do kindergarten through 5th grade, I hope that that carries over until they get to middle school. Like so many of the musical foundations that we learn and so many of the relationships that they build, I think it's so important to continue that through the middle school. So I just really love to try to get a community involvement. We're trying to get as many people as possible to come out to see our show on Friday night because I would love for the community at large to see the hard work that our kids have been putting through, and they are really, really amazing.
I get to be with my friends and just do something really fun.
I probably will in high school.
I probably will.
Considering that the shows will be more like advanced and stuff.
We like cooler scenes and like cooler costumes and stuff.
Yeah.
And sets too.
I love it. Everything's just perfectly put together.
Not only is theater fun for the cast and crew alongside the audience, the close-knit community within the program has provided many students with a home away from home, where they are accepted and feel comfortable to be themselves.
The theater program here at Hawthorne High School was revived during my freshman year of high school. Miss Hackett, she had brought the program back from a long period of not existing. And then eventually the musicals began the year after I had graduated. Then after leaving college, I came back and began working alongside Kim Griffin here in the program until Kim left, and here we are today. I think it's important to have a theater program because the arts have been shown to help students in terms of your ability to have a positive vehicle for self-expression. It improves your collaborative abilities. It also helps provide opportunities for people to really push themselves into new areas in the arts that you typically don't get a chance to be exposed in, that you don't get the chance to engage in. It also allows students from all different cliques to really just find a place where they're all together, whether you're in sports, you're in music, you have a place where you can all be together and just work on something together and have something to really show off to everyone that you can always go back to and say, here we are, here's something that I did, here is a product of my expression and my ability to create. Obviously, COVID has affected just about every aspect of high school, of course, and I'm sure many other organizations will say the same thing, that, numbers have been fluctuating around COVID itself. So I can't exactly say that we've seen a decrease in terms of that. I will say I've seen a massive increase in underclassmen. So that is always a wonderful sign of a growing program, of a lot of interest, but I have seen we do have a large underclassmen presence here when it's typically skewed the other way. The one thing that I think we've always done really well, even with working alongside Ken Griffin to now, is working along with students who are involved in sports to be able to be in sports and be here. I don't believe any student is any one full thing. No one's only the music kid. No one's only the athlete. There's all these different personalities. There's all these different skills that people have. So I can't say that I feel sort of that head. I think what I've felt in the past few years is definitely more of a effort to try to make sure that everything is beneficial for both, because obviously we can't pull kids away from all of their practices. And, during show weeks, we've always been grateful the fact that we've been able to have our full cast and crew for performances, knowing that they are also missing sometimes games, matches, meets, or practices itself. So it's been a lot more of a collaborative sort of aspect, I think, here. You want to be exposed to the arts as early as possible from elementary school, then you continue to build in middle school until you have a program in the high school, and providing more opportunities, more avenues for students to be able to get involved. And that also then goes from, the different types of shows. So I have been trying to really be very different with the shows we've been picking over the past couple years, and intentional about those shows as well. So I'm excited for where I'm planning on moving with the program towards future shows that I've already been thinking about. So I'm definitely excited to see where that goes and how that helps pull kids into the program and keep them engaged throughout the program as well.
I think it's important that we have a theater program because it gives people an outlet to express themselves and meet new people. For me, at least, I met most of my friends through it.
I think it's important that we have a theater program for students to have a creative and emotional outlet in the school for them to be able to express themselves, and also theater is a really good way to break out of your comfort zone.
In general, for artists to be well-rounded, because there's all different types of art, and so if you limit yourself to one, you're really just limiting your potential, really.
I wish that, technically we do have the drama class, but it doesn't elaborate into what I wish it would.
I feel like drama doesn't touch on some of the stuff as it could, so I think having a theater class dedicated to just theater could be really cool.
I definitely wish we had a theater class. We do have a drama class, and it would be nice because there's a lot of things that I think are kind of left unexplored with our theater department. I kind of wish we had some sort of improv-based class.
I love theater because I get to be whoever I want. I don't necessarily have to conform to certain standards, I guess you could say.
Theater specifically, I love portraying different types of people, really getting into the minds of what makes a person, and being able to portray that in a way that helps me explore a different side of myself is just something that I find really cool and beautiful.
Art programs have always been somewhat overshadowed, but the outlet they provide students to express themselves, be creative, and learn about who they are make them one of the most important parts, not only of education, but of growing up. They aren't just beneficial from an academic standpoint, but they're fun, they provide an environment where anyone can be a part of something and feel accepted, and they allow people to grow. Even something as simple as filling a seat in the audience is enough to keep our art programs alive. And if not for these programs, no matter who you are or what you're passionate about, we wouldn't truly understand every aspect of what it means to be human.